I am back, and I'm here with part 8 of Monster Hunter Stories 3. Just want to let you guys know the things that is going to keep me from high risk, and this is something I'm seeing from a different point of view, is I won't be mentioning that guy, the political commentator, because as long as I'm moving away from putting truths about him, I am safe. I'm just gonna put my own opinions on the truth, and it's not just opinion, it's also a fact of political things. And I'm not a political commentator, but I am someone who tries to pay attention to the things our leader does. So yeah, so that way I could prevent the risks from Hassan. I'm not putting too much. I'm not going to talk anything about this guy. I mentioned his name, but I'm not putting anything about this guy to prevent the high risks, because people like him has his own opinion. Whatever, who cares? But welcome to the Let's Play Part 8. And yes, I'm a small streamer. Sorry, I'm a small streamer, meaning I wouldn't do any good against him. So, yeah. I just decided to make the wise decision and not trying to put my channel at risk. But, yeah.
Let's go!
And, what I'm seeing is, when someone who, and I'm not putting him, I'm just saying what I just found out with YouTube's terms of service. So as long as a person does not mislead through politics, and a lot of people probably do that, so it don't matter. And as long as someone like me just puts the truth of what's going on, what I see is going on is the truth, of course, I'm at less risk. So I'm just gonna keep my profile to a minimum when it comes to anything. When it comes against bigger content creators and me as a small content creator. So, yeah. Let's see. And I looked up things. Apparently, the reason why Asmongold is not at high risk either is because he doesn't get too involved into certain stuff politically. And plus, he just looks right? Oh, wait a minute. This thing is usually, does this guy usually like, the Dread Queen? I can use the Monster Buddy app. Well, it's not really an app, but it's a website where you can put it as an app. Oh, that's right, I removed the website as an app. Damn. I know they didn't release any guides yet for Monster Hunter Stories 3 with Monster Buddy, but apparently it is coming to their website soon, to Monster Buddy app. That's basically what they're calling it, monsterbuddy.app. I forgot how Rathian's phases start off. Rathian. Okay, speed and power. So it uses speed first, and then it uses power. So, best possible option would be the uncut food. Stop.
Let's go! Classic!
I might put this as a 1 hour stream and then take it, then stop the stream and then bring my PS5 to like the porch, the front porch, not outside porch. We have an inside front porch, but nothing too fancy, you know. There's probably people thinking, oh, you got a front inside porch? Oh, your house must be big. Nah, our house ain't anything too fancy, you know. Because since I wasn't around, and my dad and my mom left me, and after my sisters were in this world, you know, because they were around I'm pretty sure around 18 or 20 when they started, like when my mom and dad started coming into this house, and then it's been so long in the house we're in. I'm probably gonna try and find out how my dad I want to re-heist it. I'm actually curious about, because I forgot, I don't remember, I probably asked my dad this question about when was my sisters around before you came into this house with mom. You know, I'm just probably, there's so many things that I used to ask before, but never bothered to care about it to a point where it would just leave my mind, you know, because I was letting it be forgotten. There's so many things that I never paid attention to in my whole life. Since I was 18 and since I was around my 20s, and even when I was already in my early 30s, which now I'm 34, this year I'll be 35. And it's like, you think about things that you never bothered to remember or think about continuously.
Counting on you.
And there are certain things you wouldn't be able to process, because there are certain things you won't be able to realize, because there are some things people can't really learn if they're disability-wise. They have limitations like every other human being. And so if you try to teach certain things to people with disabilities, like people with slight autism, fully ADHD, it could be full autism and slight ADHD. The things that certain people with disability-wise is limited. There's no unlimited knowledge that certain disability people could remember. They could remember quite decently good. There's some stuff that people with disabilities, there'll be a lot of limitation. Meaning there'll be a lot of things that people with disabilities won't be able to learn, but there are things that they will learn, and a lot of these things would usually help them. So even if a person with disability learn that one thing because they can't really process it all too well, at least they can remember another thing that they can also do to, how you say it, make it where it's nothing, make it where it can be handled, and that something that they'll make it where the things that they can't handle can still be a thing that is good, because even the things they don't know, the other things they will know, and they will remember that other thing, but they won't remember the one that they can't remember or learn. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because I have multiple disabilities. Do I have full ADHD? Of course. Do I get some triggers here and there? Well, not too bad like early in my days, like when I was 10 or when I was 18 or 20, which I started getting too late up there. And I went through 30. Around 30 years old, I still had issues. But now that I'm 34 and this year I'll be 35, there are things that I'm trying to focus on instead of being stuck there and not knowing anything at all. Because people with disabilities will have limitations to the things they can only see and learn. There'll be some things a person can't really learn at all.
That helps. How's your chance? Kid, let's go!
Like a single rush.
This will do it! Let's calm down.
Okay, this thing is still off 14. I feel like it has to be the armor that I'm wearing that is putting me at a complete risk. Well, at least they made it where if your NPC ally dies, you don't have to worry, you're still fine. Oh, let me guess. Rathian has switched to power, and I wasn't paying attention to that. Right. I think that was the case. That was the reason. Oh, no, he switched to speed.
Stay strong.
Damn. Uh-oh. Yep.
You've got this.
Oh, shoot. Well, okay, it's almost good. It's all good. This guy is still using speed. So, what I'll do is, boom.
Let's go.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. Let me fireball and, yeah, I'm gonna switch to the wing. But, let me do something here before I switch to the wing. Or maybe, no, I'll go for the hit. No, I'll go for it. Yeah, okay. Wing.
Help me out.
Don't tell me that I made it where I didn't really put my mouse into attack, and it's just me putting myself to attack. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Nice teamwork. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, I don't know if you guys knew this, but with the habitat on my old character that I had for off stream, and of course I never made it far with the streaming character that I have here, but let me show you guys something. Before, I would only have these two here, and the other Rathians I never bothered to get unlocked because I made that one mistake with the habitat. And just letting you guys know, with my primary save character that is off stream, because I copied this one and to the other slot to make one as my offline stream only of the same character. But with my primary character that I have now for off stream, there's another mistake you do not want to make, and that is to make it where you completely max out the rank for Pink Rathian and Dread Queen Rathian. And the reason why I'm saying don't max out the other two right off the bat, in a way it's a double-edged sword, in a way it's not that bad, okay? The reason why I'm saying in a way it's a double-edged sword is because usually when you go to a main hub, right over there, right, the king place, the you know, where I should, Azuria Castle. Okay, when you go to Azuria Castle and then you come back to this open world, the respawns will be randomly resetted. So if you have a Rathian here, but because you unlock the other Rathians, right? When you go and then come back out to the open world after you go to Azuria Castle and then came back here, whatever Rathian was here, if it's a green Rathian, but you went into Azuria Castle and then came back out, that regular Rathian is going to be randomly resetted to where a pink Rathian could spawn. Now, apparently, pink Rathians are really decently powerful because the pink Rathian is like level 24. And I'm pretty sure the Dread Queen Rathian is also not really a joke. I have a feeling that the Dread Queen Rathian could be around level 30 or something. And if you're someone who is playing the game, and now before you unlock the other Rathians, and you're just this level with your monsties, okay? And your character is level 15 as well, right? Sorry guys, your character's level herself or himself, right, is at level 15. But when you have certain Rathians, other than the green Rathian, other than the regular Rathian, you do not want to make that mistake with your character being pretty decently somewhat low, right? Because when you have it where you have 3 Rathians max rank with the ecosystem in this area, you'll be forced to like go to Azurian Castle and come back multiple times to make it where you have the regular Rathian to be able to try and level up your characters first. So me, I rushed it, putting the 3 Rathians maxed out with the ecosystem. That was I made a very bold mistake when it came to those Rathians. I rushed them. Before I made a mistake where I put the wrong one in the ecosystem to make it where I would be forced to get to the next area and make it where I had to put it in the next area, not here. And that was my mistake. You don't want to make that mistake. Because if you make that mistake, now you're going to see that you probably fucked up in this game. Now, before I come here and try to... Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the spawn by going to Azuria Castle and then going back to the to the open field, which is Azuria. But if you think about it, Azuria can actually somewhat be considered like a Azuria Plain or something, because an open field area, if it's just grassy land and some trees and mountains, you can somewhat consider that as an open plain, right? An area that has no buildings. A plain an area that you would call a grassy plain is where there's no buildings, just some trees, some mountains, right? And this is not, I'm not talking about like airplane. No, I'm talking about the word that you usually use when you have a field of just grass and some mountains in the back, but you also have some trees. Because I'm pretty sure that when you go to a natured area, that can usually be considered a plain because there's not, in certain areas, there's not a lot of trees. There is a lot of grasslands, but there's also some mountains in the way back, right? Way behind all the other part of the land. Oh, shit, that thing scared me. Yep.
Let's give it our all. Let's go. I'm ready.
I'm gonna use Paluma. This guy is fire elemental. This guy is just non-elemental. So I'm gonna use my non-elemental and put him to use vengeful,
Counting on you.
vengeful strike. No, vengeful. And also I'm attacking that tail to make it where I can
Are you okay?
get that thing to be completely stunned. Alrighty. Nice. 3 characters attacking that one spot. Move and now
Watch out!
ooh. Oh, this thing switched to power. Damn, that was the ultimate mistake I made.
I won't give up.
Suck it. Oh yeah. Yep, okay.
Let's go!
Yeah. Let me set my monster to attack the wing. Oh, okay. Thunderball is just gonna attack everything. All the parts of this one.
Are you okay?
Oh shoot. Oh. 2 hearts lost for all of us. For me and we both lost 2 hearts. Oh no, actually she survived it. I'm pretty sure this thing switched its style again. Huh. I'm pretty sure I probably want to switch back to this one. technical attack because this thing could already be switched to speed again.
Counting on you.
Yep, I know. He switched back to speed. I'm starting to read it.
Now.
I am starting to catch on to this the style of his speed. And now, ooh, it's all over for this Rathian. He is going to get doubled. Here goes. Ah, okay. I was hoping for a double pinch it. Damn. Here goes.
We'll take them down.
Alright. Oh, he switched back to power. I can already tell this thing switched back to power. I already know it did. I already see this Rathian's move. I don't have to worry about wavering spell damage. It's fine. I'm up for it. I can deal with this.
Let's go.
And boom, attack the head. He's gonna finish it all up, man. She is going to finish it.
Alright, this will do it. Alright. Nice teamwork. Yeah.
Unexperienced points. Yeah. Okay. My boost is still going on from the food. You know, I'm thinking about doing a regular den and trying to see if I can take on a monster that usually spawns in the monster den when you pick up a lot of eggs. Holy crap, that bug was actually right in front of me, jump scaring me, man. Woo! Oh, those are Rathians, right? Yep, those are Rathians. I want to see some. If I do this. Let's see. Yeah. Now. Oh. Not Rathians. Not Rathians, but there'll still be some really good, decently good experience points. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, not high enough. Damn. Okay. Landing, land ho. Land ho. Okay, okay. Yeah, sure. Oh, okay, that was just
We got this, everyone. Let's go.
okay,
Watch me.
quick finish.
You did it! What a win! Oh, good. Not bad.
Ah, no. Get away from me, Paolumu. Get away from me, Paolumu. Shoot. Oh!
Let's go. A little training.
Jump scared me, man. Jump scared me.
Excellent job. Good. Well done.
Yeah, I get a lot of jump scares more easier than early this year and last year. It's mostly just the regular stress that causes my self to be somewhat mentally scarred. But just because I was mentally scarred don't mean I'm gonna be crazier. Because I'm pretty sure there were people in general in this world that still they would try to put someone in trouble because the person who was so much stress ends up being mentally scarred to a point where they'll just say shit on purpose to make it look like the person was actually crazy. But there are some history where probably a person that has been completely stressed to a point where he was completely mentally scarred to a point where some people that are mentally scarred ends up going like crazy because of depression. I may have went through depression. I may have been despaired, but I did not go through those type of paths. Even though I still have some depression, some part of me of desperation, I'm not going that direction to letting myself completely go nuts. No. There are people that go through shock in different ways. Either when they go through shock, it prevents them from expressing a certain emotion, but they can express some of their emotions still. It's just they can't express all their emotions because either they lose the capability to tear and cry. Others go through a point where they can't express it all. To a point where sometimes it could also lead to multiple ways, right? Dementia and Alzheimer's, or just complete shock to where they just can't share their emotions, express their emotions. They can still share some of their emotions because they still feel regardless. But there'll be a time where if people in general, somewhat of them go through despair and depression that leads to just complete shock. Some people go through complete shock, but they don't let their souls fade away. When a person who is going through shock emotionally, they will either let their souls forget to a point where it'll affect their brain as well, right? And then somewhat just leads to dementia and Alzheimer's. Others, they continue to remember, mostly due to making sure they also keep somewhat of themselves in check, to a point where they don't let their souls forget and they don't need nutrition. Because apparently when things like dementia and Alzheimer's happens, and also through getting to a complete shock, a lot of that reason why they just let everything go is mostly not them, it's just nutritional. When you get super stressed, a lot of the nutrition you have in your body is not really enough unless you're eating certain nutritious stuff. And when you start getting to the point where dementia and Alzheimer's, if you had dementia and Alzheimer's, the only way to prevent it from completely, and this is just slowing down the process of dementia and Alzheimer's. You gotta stop eating bread. Stop eating rice. You eat some rice. Don't eat too much of it. No bread. Some bread is good, but not too much of that either. Like they would say is, too much of anything is no good for you in general. You gotta keep it balanced. Yeah? You just gotta keep it balanced. Yeah, my dad has some brain fog here and there. I mean, he's just fully focused on certain things, just not everything. And when someone like me tries to talk to my dad, what happens is he's just not able to focus on the conversation of some of the things I try to talk to him about, right? And that means, it could mean anything, right? Because he's still putting nutrition. He still eats good. But like, the brain will lose focus. It won't go completely vanish. It'll just lose focus. And yeah, my dad, he's going through some pressure to the point where he's trying to watch something to get his mind off of everything. And sometimes, because he also watches news, there's a lot of drama going on in every news channel. Fox News, they're bringing drama as well, entirely, but the worst kind. MSNBC, that no longer becomes, they're no longer called emissaries. But a lot of these things, even when they're putting the truth and the other side is putting a lie, it's still going to be considered drama, you know? And it's crazy because Trump puts a lot of drama. He's putting a lot of drama and he's bringing a war upon us all. And yes, I've seen the information where he has already sent troops to Iran. And the thing is, Trump is just trying to get Iran's oil supply. But here's the thing, right? Trump has a building where he has a lot of oil supply from Iran that he actually put people to steal. You know, you put military troops to usually steal sometimes too, right? And he has a building full of that oil. And the other thing is, where's that oil in his building that he put it? Like, he has like a storage, right? Like some type of place in the how you call it, in the government side, that they have a storage, right? Like a storage. They have multiple different types of storage. They usually have a storage to keep mineral resources. They have a storage that is not really considered storage, but it is considered a base where they have a bunch of guns and all this stuff, making sure that they don't abuse it. They'll only usually use it for emergencies where if the United States was under attack. But here's the thing, right? We don't have no weapon like we did last year and the year before last year, right? When Biden was taking his first term, and of course he took his second, right? But the thing is, Biden never caused the situation like this, like Trump did. Because Biden didn't really try to do any, like, war against any countries, right? Even though he probably made one mistake by supporting Israelis, okay? But I'm not against Israelis being supported entirely. It's just Netanyahu. He is the key to more chaos as a leader for his place, Israel. Now, here's the thing, right? Trump is also making it worse because, let's say, the leader of Israel, he's only able to put so many people, not every person there. No, there's not a lot of Israel, not a lot of Jews in Israel who actually want to do what the other side of Israel wants to do, right? You have Jews on one side of Israel, you have Jews on the other side. One side of the Jews never wanted to be a part of a war. The other side of Israel, you had Jews that want to do it no matter what because they have a grudge, right? But here's the thing, right? They're just putting a grudge that don't mean nothing. The one side of Israel has Jews that just put a grudge for nothing. It's just an excuse. And then Trump himself, right? He's putting a lot of troops on purpose, making it where we can be vulnerable. But it'll take a while before we actually become vulnerable. Or he can make us vulnerable probably before the next month, right? There's a high possibility that what Trump is going to do is just rush the vulnerability around next month, early next month. If they're not able to get Trump out, then we're probably going to be completely fucked. We're going to be screwed because the way his tactics are is Trump works with aggressiveness and also misjudging and misleading everything, including our troops. He might be putting some truths, but those truths are things that we never try to put, right? Because some of those truths are just some of those leaders that kind of put us in a position almost put us in a position like he did entirely. So what Trump is doing is he's trying to bring all these histories as politics, like neo-Nazis. What are these people that Trump are trying to put of Hitler, right? Hitler is he wasn't really a bad guy. I'm pretty sure he just got to a point of pressure, because if you think about it, all these countries had to deal with pressure to a point where it drove them crazy. To a point where, because the state would actually blame everything on other countries in general, because the old leaders we used to have way back before now. And yeah, I'm not saying that I know a lot of what these leaders did. No. I know that the things that they put were probably completely bad, right? They would usually just put the state first instead of the nation. You probably had a lot of leaders that'll put us before the country. No, you have to put the whole country and give them the truth and let them know why you as a leader blamed it on them, and you have to let them know that we kind of blamed it on you, even though we didn't mean to. There's a lot of leaders compared to Trump here now, and a lot of those leaders usually make a lot of mistakes. Why? We're not perfect. We're not some people who can do everything. We're not some people. We're people that we can't do everything at once, right? When the person who is saying that, oh, we're perfect, right? When they're saying that, they're just saying multiple things, right? They're meaning multiple things. So when Trump is actually saying stuff, he's just making it look like he's saying that we're perfect, that we are superior. No. Because when you put the word that the state is more superior, well, if you think about it, in a way, right? Because we had bonds with other countries, we try to understand other countries and their culture. So culture became part of our culture. Because when you have country culture becoming part of a state culture, because if you think about it, right, the United States is key to culture because we brought country's culture here, making it we show that we're interested in learning different things, even different cultures, right? When you're united, that's what you'll call something like perfection. Is it completely perfect? No. But you show that you're getting along, that you're willing to help other countries and make it where they're your allies. In a way, it could seem somewhat like perfection, right? To look that way. Is it really perfect? No. It just looks that way because we're actually getting along and we're not trying to put anything against other countries. We're not even we're not putting things on top of citizens here that are from some of those countries that are based off of the culture. So in a way, when you are united, you are looking more like a perfect, right? But you're not perfect. You just feel that everything is okay, leading to your thought seeing it as perfection. But it's not completely perfect. Nothing in life is ever perfect. But when you have a relationship, instead of trying to start a war, it just feels like it's perfect, right? That the nation and the state are together. We're intact. We're just not, we're sticking like glue, right? That shows how the state is in a good relationship. But the things is, the nation is still somewhat okay because they don't want to start a war just because Trump is trying to put the war. No. Iranians never want no part of this. Israelis, it don't matter. That one side actually wants to put it. The other side don't, right? Same thing with Iran. You have one side who is against the war and the others who want to fight the war to defend their reputation and their, it's not just their reputation, but the career as a country that we have a relationship with. A history of relationship with us and other countries in general. We may not have that complete relation, like we don't have a perfect relationship with the other countries, But at first, we actually had a decent relationship with other countries because when we made money from their product, we also give them an equal percentage back because their products coming here. Basically, the state would make a deal with other countries in general because there's no way to not have a deal with other countries. And then because you're saying that just because we had a deal with other countries, because they'll send their products here, we promote their products, and then when we make a percent of that profit, we put it some of them. We're basically giving equal trade with the money that we get from their products. We give them, let's say if we made 100% out of the product, only 50% we're keeping and 50% we're giving back because that's their products, right? That's the products from those countries, meaning we have to have an equal trade, meaning an equal profit of the money, right? So 50% here, 50% there. Do I know too much about business? Hell no. I just know that we would have to give it equal, right? We would have 50%, they would get 50%. If we had 80% of the profit, then we would keep 40%, they would get 40% of the profit too. Meaning, now, Trump is just pure on greedy. Because he's just blaming it on other countries. Why? He's blaming everything, man. He's blaming about everything. He's complaining about everything. To a point where it don't have to be just money. It would have to also be other things in general, right? First of all, he'll talk how we made a lot of money, so, and then that goes down and then it goes back up, right? That's really weird. But then he's also saying how, at first he's like, we're gonna negotiate with Iran because apparently they want to start a war with us. No, they don't want to start a war with us. He's wanting to start the war with them. And that means something's wrong, right? Something gets even worse. But then he'll also put another lie with Iran saying, apparently Iranians want to go to war with us. We tried to negotiate. They didn't want to agree to the negotiation. Okay. One of that is completely wrong. Is when he's talking about how, Iranians didn't want to agree to a deal. We couldn't make a deal because Iranians declined. No. Part of it is truth, part of it is lies, right? The reason why Iranians didn't agree to the deal, and yeah, Trump did try to put a deal with them, and then he's also saying how they want to start a war with us because they don't want to accept the deal, right? Now, okay, those are two rights on that side where he's just saying shit, right? The other side where you have two truths is he tried to make a deal, right? That's right. And they also didn't agree to the deal. That's correct, right? But they didn't want to start a war. He's trying to make it look that way. That's what Trump wanted to make it look like. And the other thing is, he's also saying how they want to go to war. No. Two directions. Agreements and another way of agreement. Those two sides, you have agreements like they didn't want to agree, right? They wanted to start a war because they didn't agree. No. They didn't agree, but now you're saying they want to be in a war because they didn't agree. That's really aggressive. You know what I would say? Please, Mr. President, be gentle. Oh, frick. This lady is a moron. Trump is a moron. But, like, those are a lot of things, right? Those are either truths or lies on both ways. Because the things Trump is putting is not just a lie, but somewhat of it isn't true because of what he wants to do to Iran. Not because Iranian wanted to do anything with us, because we were okay at first. And now Trump is putting everything on Iran. Ha ha ha. Hold on, let me check something here. I'm gonna try to continue focusing on this Let's Play. Yeah. Alright. Okay. How much time do I have for the buff? Yep, we're just gonna use the buff here. Fighting the Palomo!
We've got this, everyone.
I forgot, what
Watch
level
me.
is the Palomo? 7. Nah. Let me see how many ingredients that I can use, because how much I have. Because I need to make it where I can continue that buff, you know, for like experience boost and stuff from the meal in the game. Or better yet, I'm gonna try to continue the main story, because that's something I have not done with my off-stream character. And after the stream, I'll do a little bit of break, you know, to play a little bit of my off-stream character for a while, and then after I play a little bit on my off-stream character, after, you know, this stream ends, I'll play a little bit off-stream with my off-stream character, and then try to get back on the stream to shoot. So we're gonna go here. Go like that to make it more easier and more somewhat faster. And we go to the cutscene here. Oh yeah, guys, I did get to this cutscene with my original off-screen character. There's gonna be a cutscene here.
Welcome, welcome.
And then after this
way,
cutscene,
please.
I will probably
No matter
end the
what
stream
forces they marshal,
and play a little
any
bit of
possible
my
assault will be
off-screen
launched
character,
from land.
and then get back here after.
we have our Wyvern Brigade at the ready.
Should it come to that, we will also have our Rathalos at the ready. Please inform the princess that she is to join the next session of flight training.
Your Majesty, do you truly intend for Her Highness to take command?
Of course. Is it not the charge of the royal family to fight and defend their people in their time of need? The princess is a natural-born rider. I expect she will bring to bear the full extent of Ratha's might.
Yes, just as you say, my liege.
Something you wish to say?
No, Your Majesty.
Allow me to say it for you, then. You fear no soldier would follow the child of the Turncoat Queen into battle, correct?
I wouldn't dream of...
No child should be condemned for the sins of their parents. I assure you, the princess has nothing to do with Amara's betrayal. The only thing we should concern ourselves with is using our Rathalos to control the flow of battle. You'll want to remember that.
Yes.
Oh, you're back.
That was quick. Finish your report already? Did something happen?
My poor head's spinning trying to process it all.
Ratha. I wish I could tell you it was going to be okay.
Ratha's not some tool of war. Years ago, Mother returned home carrying a crystallized egg. And inside that egg were 2 living Rathalos. I remember how happy I was when I heard 2 newborn cries. So small, yet so full of life. Mother took one of them with her and fled the kingdom. As long as I live, I'll never forget that day. My mother was determined. She had made up her mind. But even then, she came to say goodbye one last time.
I can't wait to meet the Rathalos twins. Hey, can I go see them tomorrow?
Sure you can. But for now, go to sleep, dear. Oh, right.
I love you, Mommy. Good night.
Until we meet again, my love.
I must have sensed that something was amiss, because I woke up in the wee hours of the morning.
What are you doing? Stop it!
Stop them!
That was the last time I ever saw my mother. People say she made for the Meridian, with the other Rathalos in tow. But no one knows what happened to her after she crossed over. You can't blame anyone for making the obvious assumption, thinking the Queen stole the Rathalos for her homeland of Vermeil.
But that's not your assumption, is it?
I want to believe in her.
I see. That's why you became a ranger.
Right. I needed to know what she hoped to accomplish. I became a ranger in the hopes I might find out. And Rathas stayed by my side through it all. Without him, without my Monstie, I never would have made the cut. If we went into battle together and he were to get hurt, I don't... As the princess, I understand my duty to my kingdom and countrymen. Even then, as a ranger, I can't bring myself to think of Ratha like a weapon.
Alrighty guys, I'm gonna save it here and end the stream here. And I'll probably start another one after I play a bit of my off-stream character. Which is basically this character, it's just the other one is more higher level. And I've done a little bit more of grinding and unlocking certain Rathian egg farming. Alrighty. Of course, I'm saving it from this one here. The first lot is the same character, it's just the other one I just work off stream. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one very soon.